Today we're unboxing the Moondrop Aria 2s. If at any point during the video you guys want to check out these exact same IEMs, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. Oh wow, that knife is sharp, cut right through the box there. But let's check these out. These have a list price of $89.95. I always love how Moondrop does their frequency range on the backs here as the full chart. So we can see when compared to the bass, there's a little bit of drop in the mids, it goes up in the trebles and then kind of falls off pretty hard and fast, but they do as much as they can to compensate for that. But I'm excited. They also look really cool. Ooh, and the packaging outside of that is super nice. Look at that, Aria 2. It's got a texture to it. That is a very cool box. All right, although these things are insane to get open. Ooh, wow, look at that. That's very fancy. That is a really cool case. Moondrop on the top, kind of in their like pixelated font. This, I don't know if this is fake or real leather. This has got to be fake leather, right? Even the zipper is like covered in plastic. That's pretty funny. But yeah, did not expect that. Gold zipper here. It's a metal zipper, which is pretty impressive. On the top, this is definitely faux leather, but you have some like faux Alcantara, which is really cool. And then you have a little pouch right there. Then you've got a 4-pin-in adapter with your cable here. So let's get this cable undone. It looks really cool. Like, look at that wrapping. That looks like literally like a steel cable. It's quite cool. We've got the hooks up here, which kind of has like a thicker plastic starting here. Pretty typical, but it's not super intensively like tight. It's actually fairly loose, probably looser than your average. Yeah, so that's interesting. Then at the bottom here, it's heavy. Like at the bottom here, it is very heavy. This is all metal right here. Feels really good. And then I think this actually unplugs with a 4-pin, and it does. So this is your 3.5 millimeter connection, or you have your 4.4 here. And because of the price of these, we're actually just gonna test these with a DAC amp with a 4.4. So we're gonna actually connect those and then screw this on. That's really cool, guys. Plus this is like super heavy at the bottom now. That's pretty cool. All right. But let's actually get in here. Do we pull this up? Okay, so those are our IEMs here. Get a little bit of gold here. Got the same pattern that's on the box. That's really cool branding. And then gold right there. This is all metal. It looks really nice. I really like this gold and silver that matches the cable. This stays with the cable, which is super, super nice. All right, but let's keep going with this unboxing. They don't come with tips on them, so we need to find the tips in here. And that should be in this little box. Taking this box out, here are our manuals and all of our stuff right here. Although honestly, I was expecting to have a little bit more than just 3 pairs of tips, especially when they spend so much on this little carrying case. You would think they're gonna give you like, 7 sets of ear tips, but no, you only get 3 tips here. That's interesting. All right, well, we're gonna start with the medium-sized tips, but honestly, I really would have hoped for 7 tips. Now that we've got both ear tips in, let's plug these in. These are 0.78 millimeter. 2-prong. Those fit in nicely. I think that was the right side. And then plugging in the other one. All right, now that we've got them plugged in, the one thing I don't like about the cables is this cable, and I don't know if it's just because it was in that bag or that little pouch or whatever, it's kind of bent a little bit stranger than this one. As you can see, if I don't do tension on them, hold them both, this one's kind of bent more from right there. So, I don't know. Seems like at this price, it shouldn't be like that, but let's put them in. Comfort right away. Standard, normal ear tips, which is what I typically use. Comfort here is actually really decent. Honestly, the way they sit in my ears, pretty much like feels like no weight. Yeah, I mean, really, no problems there. Yeah, seal's good. All right, let's plug them in, try some music. Then we're gonna try gaming. All right, guys, music test right away. All right, guys, these sound really good. I'm actually really impressed with these. For the price, these sound really good. Comfort here, even though this is a little wonked up, totally fine. They fit in my ears well. These ear tips might not be perfect for me, but they're pretty close. I usually just like half a size down from medium, so when they don't have like 7 tips in the box, it kind of like, yeah, but these are really good. So you have a little bit of treble drop off, right? Like we saw in their chart right there at the end. They got them compensated for it, and these sound really good. With music, fantastic. The bass is not overpowering, but it does get nice and low without really any crazy dips or anything. So the fullness and richness to the music is really good. The mids sound really good like they are. They're fairly flat, honestly. And then the trebles, they have that drop off, but they're not overly crisp. Like they're bright without being like grinding on your ears or like overly sharp. They're just not that. It's a very comfortable sound profile to listen to music in. I am really impressed with these. For the price, these are really, really good. Let's go in game and see how these things game. I also do want to say that drop off of the trebles, because I usually say that almost every IEM review, because every IEM, unless they're really high end, is going to have a drop off at the upper edge. obviously, but it's really far up there. So for most people, if you're not used to really high-end headphones, like I daily drive really nice headphones, really nice speakers. If you're not using like audiophile stuff, this is gonna be really good to you. All right guys, jumping right in game, immediately the clarity of everything, just footsteps really. Ooh, and that gun, dude, wow, that is impressive. The clarity, I mean, it literally feels like you're there with the footsteps. Ooh, and inside you could just hear the footsteps echoing off of the roof and everything. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, this is really good. Just in this, like walking around, because you have that extreme clarity, for most IEMs, like you don't get all the way up there in a budget space. And this is kind of like in the middle of like, I would really say this is more like the upper end of like, either on the really upper end of budget or just beyond that into like, I would say like mid-tier, but these are really good. I mean, all the clicks of the guns, directionality, yeah, it's really good. I'm honestly really impressed with these. For the price, like you can get a lot of IEMs that are pretty close to this that are not gonna give you this gaming experience or music. I mean, with both, they're honestly quite good. And honestly, that's just because they're so balanced. Like they don't do any massive like bumps. They do compensate with the trebles, but honestly, it's not to a degree that really ruins the sound quality at all. Music sounds great, and in game, wow. I mean, like just the echoing in the roof, like in this room from the footsteps is pretty awesome. It really is awesome. All right guys, but yeah, these are very impressive. These are probably some of the most impressive IEMs I've used at this price point. I mean, obviously coming from Moondrop, you kind of expect that. And yeah, I mean, I really wish they would have put 7 different tips in here. But again, if you're at this price point, you probably already have your own ear tips, which makes sense, absolutely. And these really impressed me. But again, if you want to check these out, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But this is a consumer tech review high speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.